Hey y'all, welcome to Living Real Life Outdoors. From turkey tails and trout trails to tall tines and tailwaters, an outdoor audio magazine protest, focusing on hunting, fly fishing, archery, firearms too, interviews and hunting and fishing stories. Men and women of the outdoors are conservationists of the wildlife we pursue. See y'all in the woods and on the streams. Your host, Legends of the Outdoors Board of Directors,
Hey guys, welcome to episode 10, Living Real Life Outdoors. I'm gonna do another solo podcast here, focus a little bit on some stuff that I got in here. I'll start with this, the first segment here. Went up to the fly shop and Mr. Dan Wynn had, and that's the White Buffalo Fly Shop at 605 North Pine Street. And Mr. Dan Wynn had ordered me this Redington run. You can see it, it's in the desert sand color, in a 3/4 weight. Years ago I used to think that Redington was kind of junk. But now that they're owned by the people that own Sage, they have really come out with some pretty good stuff. Excuse me, I've been really impressed. And I really like these new runs. They're really nice, super nice reels. And I've never tried any of their other ones. I think they got the Zero, and then that may be the Click Palm reel, but these are super nice reels, guys, and I've been thinking about checking out their the Redington rod, and Dan was telling me earlier that they were in the Yellow Dog fly fishing contest, and they that Redington rod in a 9'4" weight, I believe it is, said the classic fly fishing rod, I think is what it's called, said it did really good. But I really like these runs. They're super nice reels. I had a first one I bought was kind of the gunmetal gray type, and had him put 3-weight line on it. And I had bought a Echo, and you see it in my, if you want to see the actual video, go to my page, Backwoods Media Production, and you'll see the Carbon XL by Echo. And I believe that is a 10-foot 3-weight. It's a nymphing rod, but I use it. I know I was using it with a nymph, but I was using strike indicator. Caught 2 or 3 limits. I believe I even used my 7.5 foot TFO with that gunmetal gray Redington reel. But anyway, and that's a 3-weight too. And I actually have the Echo Shadow. That was my first rod and reel. I did this 20-something years ago. Got to where I didn't have time to enjoy it, so I sold all my fly fishing stuff. Well, last couple years ago, I was saying, like 2 years prior to that, I was like, man, I want to get back into fly fishing, and just hadn't gotten around to it. And finally, I broke down and bought the 7.5 foot TFO. That's fly. Yeah, that's a 7.5 foot 3-weight. I bought that at Reading's fly shop in Lebanon, Missouri. Charlie Reading there, he's a super nice guy. I call him the fly fishing guru. But anyway, it was a lot of fun dealing with him. You know, that was my first one in 20-something years, and I still had him hauled around for, I don't know, probably 2 or 3 weeks before I even put it together to try it, because I was still in the spin cast mode. And one of my buddies, he said, "Man, you just got to put down the spin cast and just start doing it." So that's what I did that following weekend, and caught plenty of fish, and ended up catching a limit, and I was hooked. And I've been hooked ever since. I've got quite a few nice fly reels now. I need to start putting some fly rods to them. I'm going to be doing a couple of customs, building my own customs here. But guys, Reddington has come a long way, and I'm thinking their rods are pretty good too. You know, Echo I didn't think would be all that great, but I've got that Echo Carbon XL, and that's really a super nice rod. But go, if you're in the area of Merrimack Spring Montauk, the new fly shop in Rolla, Missouri, he sells a lot of stuff. He's starting to get in more and more stuff, more brand name stuff. You know, big high dollar too stuff. You know, people want the more high dollar quality. But Reddington has become really quality. Like I say, they're owned by Farbank. That's who it is. Farbank, and they're the ones that own Sage, and Sage is super good equipment. Can't complain about them. But you should go check it out. I believe that it's, I think it's $139, $140 for this reel. And it'll last a long time. You know, like I said, and it was a funny story. I bought that gunmetal gray one and probably had it a month, 2 months maybe, and was at his fly shop one day, and this older gentleman came in, and he was wanting one. He was looking at the black one, and I've got the black one too. And he was wanting one, and but he didn't want to pay the full price for it. And I said, "Hey, I got one just like that on in gunmetal gray that I've caught 3 or 4 limits on, so it hasn't been used any more than that." And he said, "Well, how much you want for it?" And I told him I had 3-weight line on. I said, "I'll take $90." So he gave me $90. He jumped on that, you know. So I turned around and bought the black Reddington that he was looking at and didn't want to buy new, and it was only what, $30 more, $40 more, and but anyway, I got, and then Dan got the gray one in a couple weeks ago. I turned around and bought it again, and then he said, "They have this color here." And he said, "You want one?" I said, "Yeah, I'll order it for me." So it came in just the other day, and I walked in there a while ago and got it. But it's that desert sand. It's a really pretty color. Don't really quite know what I'll get to match up to it. I may end up getting that Reddington reel, but like I said, right now I'm making two custom rods. So. But I think one of them might, do in a 3-weight. I'm going to try to match it up to match my Galvins as well as the Reddington. So, and I mean, really, if I go with just a black, I think straight black, I think it'll match up with all the 3-weight rods or reels I've got. And I got, quite a few of them. I don't know how many, but I got a few. But Reddington Run in a 3/4 weight, guys. Let's see if you can get a really good look at that. It's a pretty reel. I mean, super, super, super pretty. And you can see, I think it says Reddington Run there. See the run part on it. And it says Reddington right on the top too. This is the other side, the back side of it, what it looks like. But super nice stuff, guys. And guys, if you're listening to this on Spotify, jump over to my my YouTube channel, and you can see the actual color of this reel. It's super nice. I really like it a lot, and it's been super good. I mean, can't complain about it. But go to your local fly shop and buy you one. I don't think you'll be dissatisfied. I've been satisfied. I'm satisfied with the gray one. I mean, been a 3-weight, and I landed it out, caught 16, 17 inches, no problem, reeling them right in. But go check them out, guys, and get you one. Come with just a custom normal Redington case. Like I said, I'm really impressed with them, with how they've come along. Here the past few years, they didn't used to be as good. I didn't think. I mean, some people might disagree with me, but they have come a long ways. Stay tuned for the next segment, and we'll talk at you later. Bye. Hey guys, welcome to the commercial part of this show. I'd like y'all to forgive me for not having another podcast show out right yet. I've been super busy this past month. I was able to do that one right at the end of January and 1st of February, and I didn't get one out the rest of February. And I've been moving for the past 2 weekends, and I'm moving again tomorrow on Sunday. But I'm trying to get this out and get it on video and on Spotify. But I'm going to do a little bit of commercial stuff here and put this in. I got some new equipment for my for turkey season. I'd like to show you guys. This is I like Indian Creek choke tubes, and this is the 555 for a 20 gauge for my new Beretta 20 gauge. And the 555 is a pretty tight constriction. The reason I went with the 555 is because I will be using, I'm going to kind of start going back to tradition, because I mean, I bought some TSS for this 20 gauge, but it is just ridiculously priced. But anyway, I'll get to that in a minute. I bought some number 6s and in the gold turkey nickel plated shot by FIOCCHI. Now I used to shoot, and I probably still have some 20 gauge, but I used to use the TV show I was with down in Nashville. We had a ammo company sponsor us. It's called Spectre Shot, and they had some nickel plated. Now their 12 gauge was awesome. The 20 gauge, was kind of iffy, but I was using I don't know what choke it was. I don't know if this one's tighter, but that 555 is a little tighter. And so these ought to really pattern good. We're going to find out. I bought some to test out and see how they do. And you get 10 in a box. I think I paid $18 for 10. And I'm going to get some number 5s as well, nickel plated. Nickel plated is like a sledgehammer. I mean, that stuff is tough. But anyway, I got some. Also got some Winchester long beard extended range in a number 6 and in a number 5. And that Indian Creek choke tube will, and that 555, the diameter, that will also help a lot for patterning, make a better tight pattern for the copper plated shot and the nickel plated shot. Now we'll get into the other one. This is a 5.62 restriction, and that is designed basically for your tungsten, your TSS.
And so I decided to start, if I'm gonna shoot TSS, I'm gonna go with Apex, because they didn't raise their price a whole lot from what I have bought in 28s and 410s and 12s. I think maybe raised them $8 to $12 maybe a box. I mean, you still only get 5 in these. I mean, the 20 gauge or the 410s you get 10. 28s I think you only get 5 and maybe 10. I don't remember. I think it's 5 though. But the 20 gauge you only get 5. And I got this 562 restriction Indian Creek for the tungsten TSS. This is called the Turkey Tungsten Super Shot number 9s, and I've got some small town blend coming. A couple boxes of that, and I think it's 7.5 and 9s, or 8s and 10s, or something like that. And then I've got their Mossy Oak blend, which is I believe it's 9.5 and 10s, or 8.5 and 10s, something like that. But anyway, I got this constriction for the TSS. I could probably shoot it out of that 5.55 as well, and have a really tight, but I don't want it so tight that I'm going to miss birds. So that's why I bought the 2, and check, test them all out of each tube. And I'm even going to use the regular Beretta extra full choke tube to see how that is, how it works. So that's the Indian Creek and the tungsten and the nickel plated and the copper plated. Now also I'm setting this up with the new Vortex Viper scope. I don't know if y'all can see that real good, but that mounts directly on top of your shotgun. If your shotgun's threaded, this would it eliminates any kind of Picatinny rail or putting on any kind of extra rails. It mounts right to it. And see, like my Beretta A400 12 gauge is not drilled and tapped, so if I wanted to put this on it, I'd have to get it drilled and tapped. And this is a multi-red dot, or multi-green dot, I'm sorry. And it has multiple reticles. It's got just your regular dot, then it's got a bigger circle in a 30 MOA, I think, or 35 MOA. Then it's got an even bigger circle in a 65 MOA. And that's basically it's designed to shoot waterfowl and pheasant as well, or you can use it to, just target your 40-yard range in that first circle of the 30 MOA, I believe it is, with your red dot in the middle. And that will show that you're in that 40-yard range when the gobbler's head is in full in that circle. But anyway, guys, I belong to Legends of the Outdoors Hall of Fame, and it's if you become a member, it's 50% off on all Vortex products. If they've got them in stock, they just happen to be out of stock. But anyway, I love Vortex. Vortex is good stuff. A lot of people don't like them, and they were complaining. It's like, okay. Anyway, guys, that's what I do for commercial products. I like to use, and but again, I apologize. I got an upcoming podcast coming up I'm doing it on the 28th. Beautiful little farm girl that likes to hunt and fish, and she has a story. But I'm going to be doing her, and or at least I hope we get to hook it up and get it done. We've been conversing about it, and she went to the NWTF for the first time this past month, and so I'm curious to find out how she liked that. But anyway, guys, so thank you for watching the commercial part of this, and we're going back to the second segment.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show. This second segment, episode 10 of Living Real Life Outdoors. I'm doing this solo podcast because I like to, I don't mind doing a solo podcast to talk about things that I like to use and stuff some stuff that I just got. And I want to talk about these here next. I have two choke tubes, and they are both by Indian Creek Shooting Systems. And if you'll see that, I think that's the 562. It's the 562 model. And that's designed for your TSS shot. This is the 555, which is designed for like your copper plated and nickel plated lead shot. Guys, Indian Creek, it's the Black Diamond Strike series. I know the owners, Stuart and Becky and Mike Ponder, and of course they're all, I think this weekend they're all down at Nashville for the NWTF convention. And my cousin Ray, I used these guys, and they sponsored his radio show, and that's how I got turned on to these, and then I got with the TV show in Nashville, and he sponsored the TV show, so I ended up with probably 4 or 5 that he just gave me. I mean, I gave $100 a piece for these. They're not cheap these days, I think. I think the last time I bought some, or the first time I bought them, because we ended up losing the TV show just kind of stopped, so I ended up having to buy my choke tubes, and I think the first one was like 65, 69, and that was the ones I was buying for 410, and then I bought one for a 28 gauge, and I think that it was, I want to say 79, and then these here went up to 99, so they've gone up just like everything else is going up. But I was just calculating here a while ago how many shotguns. I think I got 8 shotguns. And every one has got an Indian Creek choke tube. And even if I ended up selling a shotgun in the past, and I've sold a couple, like a 410, I sold here a while back last summer. I usually leave the choke tube with it because they're valued. I mean, they just hold their value. But anyway, I've got 3 other 410s with the Indian Creek, and I've got 3 12 gauges with the Indian Creek, and these are 20 gauges. I just bought this Beretta 20 gauge back in November. It's the new Extreme Plus and semi-auto, and I used it for pheasant hunting. And I was going to use it for duck hunting if we actually got to duck hunt, but it was so warm, temperatures were so warm that the ducks weren't flying, so we ended up not doing anything. But anyway, I made a comment on a previous podcast that I did, I think like the second one, if you want to go back and watch, that I was setting that gun up for turkey hunting. I was going to be setting it up for turkey hunting. It's already drilled and tapped, and see, I sit on the board of directors for the Legends of the Outdoors, and I'm also a premium member, which is a lifetime member. Well, I'm a lifetime member. I forgot what it's called, a premium or something. Anyway, but you can get your yearly membership through Legends of the Outdoors, and if you get the membership, it's $120 a year. It's through all the sponsors for the TV show and the Hall of Fame, you get not all of them, but quite a few of them, you get percentage off the discount. Well, I like to wear the Frog Tog waders, so I get a discount. That's 35%. And it's more. If I bought the 120, it would have more than paid for it, because I've got like 5 Frog Tog waders. And then I bought the wading jacket and another raincoat. And then Vortex Optics, you get a 50% discount. Well, Vortex just came out with their new shotgun turkey hunting red dot, and it sets flat on your shotgun, and it's got a circle with a red dot in the middle, and it's two different modes there, I think. But and I think it's good for like 40 yards with the turkey's head in it or something like that. But I mean, it might be, well, if you're shooting TSS, it's good to whatever, 60, 70 yards, if you're shooting 12 gauge. But anyway, and then I'm thinking about putting one on my 12 gauge Beretta, my Extreme Beretta, the Unico. But it's not drilled and tapped, it just has the ribs on it. And I'm thinking I can put it on that rib. If not, there's mounts that you can buy to put on that will hook to that rib, and then you mount it on top of that. But I'm going to get the CCW Defender, and I'm not sure if I want to go. I think I'm leaning towards the green dot, because the green dot would, I think, kind of shines up more. But anyway, guys, if you turkey hunt or waterfowl hunt, I mean, it's up to you. You can use your regular standard chokes that come with the gun when you buy them. And I'm going to try them out. I'm buying shot, and I'm going to try out that turkey, the extra full that they have with it. And I'll shoot these and see which patterns do the best out of each shot, because I'm going to get like 3 or 4 different shots to try out. I'm going to, with the price of TSS this year, I'm going to go back traditional. I think I'm going to start leaning back more traditional, using Winchester copper plated, and of course I've got some Spectra, but they didn't pattern very well out of, I don't know, I mean they might shoot different with these, with one of these, the 555, or the but I got another 20 gauge, Mossberg 20 gauge, and I couldn't get them to pattern out of the stock factory choke tube, in the full, or the Indian Creek. So that's of course I didn't try the lead either. The lead might do better, and the TSS might do better out of that for sure. But I'm definitely going to be leaning more towards traditional. I'm going to get some FIOCCHI nickel plated shot in number 6. I'm going to get the copper plated in number 6, and I'm going to get them, each one of them, in a number 5, just see which one's patterned the best. And then I'm going to try Migra, their new hybrid blend, which is nickel plated 5s and 9s, double stack of 5s and 9s, just to see what kind of pattern I get with the Indian Creek with them, see what happens. And then the regular choke tube. But anyway, guys, I'm about to wrap up this segment. Go to IndianCreekSS.com, and you can order straight from them, or you can go to his wife's store, which is Midwest Turkey Supply, and they'll have them on there sometimes. But I wanted to get these before they left to go to Nashville, and because they were leaving the next day after I ordered these. So, and I knew that they'd possibly be out of stock if I, waited, because I've had to wait before, or, you know, people not get them down there, so they end up ordering when after they see what these will do. I mean, they're, you know, Walter Parrott endorses them. I've endorsed them for years, and of course Walter has too. But and Ray my cousin, endorses them. So anyway, guys, thanks for listening and watching Real Life Outdoors, living real life outdoors. Y'all have a good one. See you later. Bye.
Thank y'all for listening and watching Living Real Life Outdoors. Hope you enjoyed today's show about hunting and fishing, for men and women of the outdoors, from your host. Until next time, keep your guns oiled, your knives clean, tight lines and tall tines, y'all.